Hey, what is up guys, it's Alex. Welcome back to my first ever video here on Orion. Now, if this is your first time playing Orion, I highly recommend you check out the link in my description for a referral link, which will help you immensely on your journey as well as helping me. So again, huge thank you in advance if you are using that referral link. I'll keep that below in the description. Now today I'd like to introduce you to my mid to late game Ironman I've been building here on Orion. Now I meant to start this series a long time ago, however I have been slowly progressing this account. Now this account is only a couple weeks old. As you can see from my game time, a lot of this has actually been just through AFK methods. Here's a quick look at the stats as well, so you have a rough idea of where we're at before we get going on this journey. And as you can probably tell, I'm currently locked to CG. I'm trying to get that enhanced weapon seed, which will help us make some huge progress along the way. But before we get into that grind, I want to quickly run you through the bank so you can see what kind of items and gear I have. So right from the top, this is kind of like my junk tab. Nothing really too significant here. I do have a lot of shards for when we eventually get the Bofa, as well as a pretty nice cash stack. I got my Slayer helm, some niche gear that I've gotten along my Slayer journey. Getting into my alchables tab, I keep this tab as like a kind of like a money tab or when I want to passively alch. I've got a skilling tab set up as well. I've got a good amount of bones to help push me towards 99 prayer. Here's like my raw food and potions tab. I need to add actually a lot more to this as well. This is kind of like a cool flex tab I've had different drops from, and I keep this tab as like a kind of like a novelty tab. All my herbs that I'm going to use for potions eventually and help push my herb lore towards 99. This is kind of like a emblems tab from when I was doing Wilderness Slayer. And then here is kind of like a bigger Slayer tab I made as well. You can see I got the scythe. One of my high tier items is the scythe, which helps a lot for PVM. Again, skilling outfits tab here. And then lastly, I have kind of like a misc clue tab as well as some runes in there as well. So I definitely do need to do some sorting out of the bank supplies, but I'm going to leave it at that from that quick little breakdown. Again, really quickly, I'll go through the collection log so you can see some of my loots as well. Mainly, I've been doing a lot of Theater of Blood, as you can tell from my loot tab here, 170 completions. Those have mainly been hard modes. The main things I'm really wanting right now is obviously the kits. Either of those would be a huge upgrade for me at the moment. One of the things I want to do along this series is try and push towards all the pets in the game. I think that would be a really cool passive achievement to go for. I've also been pushing for different Slayer uniques. And if you haven't already been on Orion, there's so much amazing stuff you can do in terms of like features on the server. But like I said, I'm going to be hopping into some CG kills. I think what I'm going to do to start the video off is just do some quick... So I think what I'm going to do to start off is just do some sped up CG kills. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll get back with you very soon.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Completionist.io.
So right now I'm just getting a little bit of prayer. We're at the Chaos Altar, so we do have a chance to save bones. I'm using up all my superior bones that I got from TOB right now. Slowly trying to work towards 99. We just got like 17 levels. We were at 70. We've already pushed to 87, which is pretty good. Slowly going to be chipping that away. I'm on the 10x XP mode as well. But what the plan is to go and do a Tears of Gothics run. I just want to show how important it is to be doing your Tears of Gothics daily if you can. So as soon as we use up these last 2 bones, I'm going to head over there and then I'll show you the XP that you get from a Tears of Gothics run. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start our Tears of Gothics. Now, one of the things to note when you're doing Tears of Gothics is that the XP goes into your lowest skill. So you want to make sure that your lowest skill is something that you're hoping to get some boosted XP in. Now, I think right now for me it's cooking, but that's fine because all the other skills are above 70 right now anyways. But yeah, I'm going to finish up this little Tears of Gothics minigame and then I'll get back to you guys towards the end and we'll see how much XP I get. And we'll see how much XP I finish off with once we're done this Tears of Gothics run. Okay, so we finished off with 155 tears. Let's see how much XP we get here. So 155 tears on 10x, we got 966k XP, almost a mil XP into cooking, which is pretty solid. Alright guys, quick update, just closing in on 50 Vorkath KC, which will be a pretty nice milestone, and it'll unlock the Vorkath backpack, which will be a small range upgrade, but still hoping to get that enhanced, and then we're going to actually see some huge DPS upgrades. Figured I'd knock out the Vorkath's head while I'm pushing some Slayer anyways, and we also hit 91 Slayer just recently, so now that we got the Vorkath head, what I'm going to go and do is switch over, and I think I'm probably going to go and start doing some Demonic Gorillas. I would like to see a couple of Zenite shards, and maybe also look at doing some Araxor pretty soon. Alright, so we're currently doing a Wilderness Slayer task. It's actually double Slayer points, and I'm on a 99 streak, so after this task I should be getting a ton of Slayer points. I'm going to keep you guys updated to see how many points we get at the end of this task. I'm currently trying to save up 2,500 Slayer points so we can get the Transmutation book. Alright guys, so we just finished our 100th Slayer task in the Wilderness. We got 2,500 points, which is pretty crazy. That alone will get us the Transmutation book, so we might as well go ahead and pick that up now. So going ahead and looking at the rewards, if we go down all the way, Tome of Transmutation, let's go ahead and purchase that. I'm not entirely sure what else we need, but at least we have the Tome out of the way, which is one more piece checked off our list for the end game. I think I'm going to end the video there, guys. Thank you for tuning in to my first episode of this Road to Completionist series. I do want to set little goals along the way, and hopefully you guys can also help me out with thinking of some ideas for upcoming videos. Again, if you did enjoy, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you haven't already checked out Orion, I highly recommend you use my referral link in the description. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you back in the next one.